crime, I mean, an ordinary prisoner, we also think on the judge of the political prisoner. So, if, for example, if you are a prisoner here, you will think, okay, what I should do in order to get out of jail? Well, I have to hire a lawyer and talk to the judge, and there is a prosecutor here, and that's it. Because I have to convince, the lawyer have to convince the judge in order to take me out of jail. That's basically what you think when it is an ordinary crime. However, when you talk about a political prisoner, and you as a political prisoner, maybe you can tell me what is the other relationships that we have. I mean, who are the people who influence the judge, and who are the people who influence or are related to the political prisoner? Can you say something? Exactly. For example, so the national government. So we will put the national government here. Okay? So then the national government, it will go directly to the judge
and give order.
Maybe, but for example, in my country, it doesn't work like this. Well, it's not that the president calls the judge. It's more like the judge, it has a supervisor in some way, which is, and then this superior judge has another supervisor. Is that the chief? But we call it here Supreme Court, all right? And what happened at this moment, for example, in Venezuela, there is no judge that will take a decision regarding a political prisoner or any case with a political motive without calling this guy, and this guy called this guy, and this guy will call this guy in order to get instructions, in order to know what to do. And actually, why? Because they build this a structure. Not the structure, it's like a historical trajectory that what I call, they build this kind of playbook or manual for doing things. And it was something that in Venezuela happened since 2002. And actually, they get their own rule of law, their own judicial system in order to imprison people or to persecute people. That's exactly what is happening in Venezuela. And they use the judicial system as a weapon for political persecution. So what else do you think, what else influenced the judge?
In Russia, it's mostly prosecutor office.
Okay, the prosecutor. Okay, then we
and investigative officers.
Okay, then we'll put the prosecutor here.
Because they are in very special.
You mean the prosecutor general?
Not prosecutor general, just the prosecutor which will work on this case.
Okay.
He represents institution. We can say prosecutor in general, but
but there is like a superior here.
Yeah.
Okay, prosecutor general.
Yeah.
That's what you call it.
General prosecutor.
Huh?
Yeah, general prosecutor.
General.
Yeah.
Okay, I will put here prosecutor general.
Or it's also investigative office. Investigative office. It's the other branch of guys which investigate the case.
Okay.
They also influence on judge decision.
How long time we have, Eric?
What?
Every
We got until like 10.
like that. Okay. Oh, so we have it. This relationship. What else we have?
Investigative office. Prosecutor, he only represents the position of state. And investigative office, they really works on.
It's like the police or what?
Yeah, it's like a police, but they work on more important.
Can we call it police?
No.
No, it's investigation.
Investigator. It's
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
It's special institution.
Okay. We will put it investigator or police because in our case it will be the police. We have, for example, the intelligence police, which is called the Civil, which is service. The Bolivarians, Servicio Bolivariano Inteligente. It's like a Bolivarian intelligence service or something. They're the ones who use the chupacabra. This is a joke. No, because they have all these mechanisms in order to get to hack your emails and your telephone. So that's a joke because they use this chupacabra, which is chupacabra. The translation is like to suck things, to get things. A chupacabra is like an animal.
A goat.
But a goat. Yeah, but this is like a monster that actually takes your blood out, gets your blood out. So that's what they use, and in the police they call it like that. So there is like a machine that they put in your phone, and they take all the information out. It's true. And they call it chupacabra. And so what else we have?
In Russia, really the court system is built in this way that most important decisions are made not there in chief of superior court, but there in prosecutor general and investigator.
So you don't have this?
Yeah, they communicated with police and.
But is this like the formal way, or this is the practical way?
It's practical way.
Also, but formally, how it works, like constitutionally? It goes like that?
Constitutionally, judge is independent and national government.
No, it's exactly the same. So this is important because then we have the tactical map, and we need to put some kind of arrow here.
Yeah.
Either from here or from the national government, isn't it? Or from that. And actually, what else we have? Because then when we start. I don't have many colors here, but and I don't want to be like to do a mess here. But let me. So just start to create arrows, because in the end, what he's saying is that this guy influenced this guy. It happens the same in Venezuela, and actually, in the case of Venezuela, they are all influenced by the national government. But what else we have? Just besides the judicial system.
International community.
The international community, but you put it like here. I don't have a lot of the space. Actually, I had it in my computer, but we couldn't find out how to connect the whole thing. So, but when we talk about the international community, we have to talk about a lot of entities. For example, we'll put UN entities, and then we will talk about the UN entities. We talk about the working group on arbitrary detention. We talk, the human rights bodies, chamber bodies, and we talk the human rights, for example, treaty bodies. In the case of the United Nations, well, this is but we will call it UN. So for general purposes, so we have the rapporteurs, we have the working group on arbitrary detention. That is exactly the one that we go, and we have for example, Human Rights Council. What else? The NGOs, for example, international NGOs. And actually, when we talk about the international NGOs, we will think on the typical ones. Amnesty, for example. Or we think on Human Rights Watch. Anyway, sometimes they work for us. Sometimes we don't understand why they don't react. Like, okay, who is a prisoner of conscience? So, well, I'm a prisoner of conscience. You will say if you're a political prisoner, but it is really strange that they're reacting, and there is an explanation of why they are not being so efficient. But anyway, so we have international NGOs. What else we have?
Embassies.
Huh?
Embassies.
Embassies. That's another, but we will put it, so because what I'm trying to do, I'm sorry that I don't have a lot of the space, is we have like circles. So we have the national circle, we have a more national circle, but that is the superior judge and everything, and we have like the international. So we go like this. So we have like that. That's what we're trying to do, okay? So try to imagine it, because I'm not a good drawer. Yeah. So embassies is very important. Actually, I didn't have it in my chart there, but embassies. So we put it here. Things like that. So embassies, it goes who they influence.
National government.
So in some way there will be basically like some place here. So they will influence that. But well, what else?
Regional organizations. In your case, it's
NGO.
no, regional organizations.
Regional, like the Inter-American
not
Commission.
UN, but American.
African,
EU and
the
our
African,
case.
the European, and the
Yeah.
Inter-American.
Latin American, yeah.
There are three basically: the Inter-American system, the African system for human rights, and the European system. And then you have the European Court, the European Commission, and then you have the African Commission and the Inter-American Commission. Well, there is a European Court already, not the European Commission. So regional. Then we go here. Regional organizations or whatever. So who they influence in some way? They influence also the national government. What else we have?
Media.
Huh? The media. Media is what? Local media. So then we will put it here local media, and then we will put right here the international media.
No.
Isn't it?
Yeah. That is.
So there is another circle. What else?
Artists, singers.
That's very important. And you know that we are creating if you look at my tactical map, you will see exactly the same thing. Because it's so artists. I will put an artist.
Some prominent figures. Let's say.
Like Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah.
Okay. This is another one. Like we put it prominent. What?
Figures.
Actors. Okay.
Yeah.
Figures. I don't know if figures is a word, but anyway. Prominent figures. I think you're talking like Nobel Peace Prize is like
the former presidents and so on. Yeah.
former presidents. What else?
So celebrity.
Celebrities.
It's always celebrities. Boss
Okay.
of that is celebrity.
Okay, here. So well, artists. This is basically, but I think in my case I think that artists like, for example, singers and things like that are different from this kind of prominent or
They have
celebrity.
different motivations.
It's more like political, and it's more like it's different. So what else we have?
Secret services.
International? What? Here.
Local one.
Okay, secret services.
Chupacabras.
It's not the investigators.
No.
Okay.
It's
The
special.
chupacabra.
Okay, because I put it here. It's but anyway, secret agencies. You're talking about local.
Or international. Yeah.
And international.
I don't think so. The international existence.
What